It's Thursday, which means it's time to make my grocery list. So how I do this is I have this, it's just a dry erase board that somebody gave me many years ago for Christmas, and I love them for it because what I do is I have it hanging right here next to my pantry and my refrigerator. And as I run low on things, I write them up there so that I can put them on my grocery list when I go grocery shopping. So these aren't things I'm totally out of, but they are, I'm running low on them. So as you see, we're having pizza tonight. And then what I'll do next is, typically I'll ask the kids what they want to eat, and they'll give me a list of 7 things. And I'll write them right up here. And then what I need for those things, I'll write here. Now, since this upcoming week, this next Thursday, a week from today, is Thanksgiving, I'm going to have to spend probably most of my weekly budget, which is $150, on Thanksgiving. So I actually don't have a lot of wiggle room to go ahead and just cook whatever the kids need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the refrigerator to see what we already have. So I see, whenever I make things, I try to make double of everything. So I see that I have a bag of frozen veggie balls, so we can have that this week. I have a bag of refried beans, if you can see that, and we typically will have that with quesadillas, so we can have that this week. Let's see what else. I have a little bit of falafel, not very much, but I do have, that's upside down, but I do have a bag of bean burgers. I also have some of our spinach wraps left over. Let's see here. Yep, there's some more spinach wraps. So that goes with the veggie balls. So then I go ahead and write those 3 things down. I know we have those. Now with the veggie balls, we do spinach, which I already have that on the list. We do spinach wraps. We have fries, which I have tons of sweet potatoes and regular potatoes, so I don't need to buy any of those. Vegetables, which here's my vegetable shelf. I have frozen peas, frozen beans, frozen broccoli, frozen corn. Yeah, so we're good on vegetables. Then for quesadillas, I wrote that down because the refried beans go with those. Then we have rice, which is on my list because there it is, because we're basically out of rice. What else? I have the vegan cheese. We have a salad with that. We have guacamole, so I need to put avocado on the list. And I just buy a bag of avocados, so I'll probably get like 3 in a bag or something because the baby's eating avocado now. And then bean burgers. With bean burgers, again, we have veggies. We have salad, which lettuce is on the list. I go shopping once a week, but my husband is out every day, and so I typically will have him pick up lettuce almost every single day. So that's on the list, but it's always on the list. So anyway, we'll have lettuce, we'll have veggies, we'll have probably some sweet potato fries. So I actually don't need to buy anything for bean burgers. So my list has only changed by avocado so far. Okay, so now I have to figure out 4 more things to have. Well, one day is Thanksgiving. I know that. And so now I have 3 more days. So another thing I'll do is I will look at our forecast. Well, I'll do this, don't do this in the summer, but I do this in the spring, fall, and winter. And so I see that on Sunday and Monday it's going to be really cold, and Tuesday pretty chilly as well. Or I don't like doing soup 2 days in a row, not for any reason, just that I like to mix it up a little bit. So I'll probably do soup Sunday and Tuesday. So I look in the pantry and I see that we have chana dal and we have lentils. So we could have lentil soup and chana dal soup, but we had those last week. I also know, if I look in the freezer, that we have pinto beans right here and black beans, and I can use those to make a taco salad, and we have plenty of tomatoes, and then we have corn tortillas that I can bake and make them into kind of like chips to go on the taco salad, and then I know I also have potatoes I can make baked potatoes for. So I'll put chana dal, which I need carrots, celery, onions. I already have all that. I have the chana dal. I have veggie broth on my list already. We eat it with salad, and we eat it with sweet potato biscuits. We have plenty of sweet potatoes. There's an organic sweet potato farm down the road, not too far, and so I went ahead and stocked up on a bunch of sweet potatoes, and these organic sweet potatoes are cheaper than conventional sweet potatoes in the grocery store, and they taste a lot better. So I went ahead and stocked up, and we'll probably get some more in December. But that's why sweet potatoes are on the menu. I try to eat in season if I can. So we eat less Irish potatoes in the winter and more sweet potatoes. And then what else? Taco soup, which I've already showed you. I have everything for that. And I need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one more. So we do have a little bit of the falafel mix I showed you over here. Yeah, I have a little bit. Oops, sorry. I have a little bit of the falafel mix, but I also have pita bread already. And then the only thing I really need to make falafels is chickpeas, which I have plenty of. We keep those on hand. They're back in there somewhere. I have chickpeas, and then I need mushrooms, which I have plenty to make falafels. So I think I'll add falafels to my list. And then with falafels, we have, again, veggies, lettuce, and potato fries is what we like with that. And then I may make a hummus, but again, all you need is chickpeas and garlic, and I have both those. Tahini, I already have that. So that is how I make my list. Now, I have not written anything down for Thanksgiving. I have my list, so I'll just transfer that. So then I go back and I'll say, what did I say, Sunday? Sunday and Tuesday. And then and obviously this is Thursday. And and then just because this is who I am, I'll erase all this and put it in order, because that is how I want it. And I'm the mama, so I can have it how I want it. So that's how I have it, and then I'll write this down. What I do is, again, because this is just how I am, I'll write this in order. So when we go in the grocery store, you get your, or I get my produce first, and then after that I go all the way, skipping all the meat and all that, and I get my orange juice and my almond milk, and then I'll come through the aisles and get things like cinnamon and veggie broth and toilet paper and maple syrup and things like that. So I'll put that in order on my piece of paper, so that when I am at the grocery store with 7 children, I can get in and get out as quickly as possible. But just not buying any dairy and not buying any meat and not buying any processed foods just really frees up your budget. That's how I decide when I'm on a limited budget, because I'm using most of my budget for Thanksgiving. Now, most weeks, what I'll do is I'll just say, hey guys, what do you want to eat? And they'll list off a whole bunch of things. And my only kind of goal is that we only have something processed or with, I guess I should say, like vegan stuff, like the fake cheese or whatever. We only do the vegan meats on birthdays or holidays. They're really expensive, but we'll do vegan cheeses twice a week. So we'll have grilled cheese on Sunday, and then one other time during the week we can have vegan cheese. So like tonight we're having pizza, and then next week we'll have quesadillas, and those both use vegan cheese. But the rest of the time we're using cheap ingredients, like, let's see, chickpeas, pinto beans, black beans, yellow split peas, which are chana dal. Here we use pinto beans for refried beans. What do we use for veggie balls? Oh, chickpeas, and here is black beans, chickpeas, pinto beans. So it's beans and lots of potatoes and some rice. Those are our staples, and they're really cheap, and it really helps cut down the cost. But it all tastes really good as well. Okay, so I wrote it all out. This is my grocery list, including everything I need for Thanksgiving. And so I just stick it in my wallet, which is attached to my keys. So when I go to the grocery store, I will definitely have my list with me, which is great because I would not have it. I would totally forget it if this wasn't the case. So it works perfectly for me. And then on the whiteboard, everything's been erased except for, well, cheer pads. I just can't seem to find those. So we still need them, but I've taken them off the grocery list. But I'm making a Waldorf salad, and so we'll need grapes, but if I buy them a week ahead, they'll just get yucky. So I'm leaving that right there on the whiteboard so that is a reminder to buy grapes before Thanksgiving. And then on this side, I have everything we're going to eat this week. We're having pizza tonight, and see what else we're having for the next week. And, it only says pizza, but I know what the sides go with it. Yeah, so that is how I decide what we're eating every week and how I decide what to buy at the grocery store so that we only have to go once a week, other than my husband going for lettuce basically every other day. I will try to remember to show you how much it all costs when we get back from the store.